Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of the Yellow Turban campaign. We are, of course, Huang Shao. And it looks like last time we were on our way to annex some of our fellow brethren at the Pingqing Temple. So let's continue on that path. And as we go down, we'll try to consolidate some of this economy and move towards our enemies. Looks like we can't move much more here. We do have another reform choice pending, so we finally got our 10% campaign movement range. We have to make another choice. We haven't unlocked any of the middle tiers yet, so we could go with subservience to the people, 10% character experience. I think this population growth is going to help us out a little bit more. If you look at some of our cities, we have maxed out on population here. Oh, never mind. But we have quite a bit to grow in this. And also just having high population growth will benefit our peasant income. Alright, here, because we're in another territory, it doesn't look like we can recruit anyone. I'd like to get this as soon as possible. Doesn't give us too much more movement, but every bit might help. Encampment stance, might want to switch to normal. See if we can get out to this trade port here. Alright. Oh. Because there's not going to be a fight here, I feel pretty comfortable switching it to march stance and then going that extra mile. Integrate 25 faction support. Looks like the public order will be fine. Alright, and we did complete our mission. 2,000 gold, capture and occupy our settlement. Yellow turbans raise buildings to the heaven and to the yellow sky. Alright. Kaishek says, more peasants. I believe that is the plan. We really do need more peasants, actually. Now that we say that. I think we can kind of recruit or transform some of these into... I think we'll have to do that next turn. But I'd like to get all archers for Huang Shao. Partially because of this buff, the one with heaven buff. Plus 25% range damage base. It's going to be pretty useful for us. Don't have any good followers to give him. We did just get the Book of Heaven. Looks like this will be good for our local commanderies. I guess there's no harm in giving it to him now. He does really rely on expertise. Of course, it is plus 8 satisfaction, and we could always give it to someone who is unsatisfied. Of course, everyone's doing much better with satisfaction now that they have a job and a purpose. Alright. Yeah, let's just give it to him. 8 authority, though. And if this character is a Lord of Virtue, plus 2 public order, I think this will be a better book for him. Book of Rights. No followers for anyone? Alright. We have both of our armies moving. I'm not sure if we should build anything right now. Shrinking up our faction will just happen over time. Getting that spearman. Alright, I think this little red stamp says that we just accomplished it. Did occupy that. Did get that. Well, challenge issued. Got our full commandery in Taishan. It's always good. Yeah, I think we should build something. Construct or upgrade a building. Let's do it with the westmost facing, the most central of our towns and cities. I'd like to get a garrison here, just in case it comes under attack from the river. I think that'll serve us well. I always like to put garrisons in my cities. Just helps me feel safer when I'm being offensive. Not sure if it's going to be as important in this game as it was in Total War Warhammer 2, where it was very important for the Vortex campaign. But better safe than sorry, as the saying goes. So that should be fine. We did get this. Got these ancillaries. And that is a war on our ally, but they're very far away. All the way over here, I believe. Oh no, that's Tongzhou. I mean, even further than that. We don't have contact with them. I don't know if we ever will during this campaign, considering I want to go down and to the south here. Alright. Let's get through this turn. So yeah, I did some research today on other Chinese history. I believe the job, purpose, profit. Yep, I think that's how it works. Not sure, but that's apparently how it is. So yellow turbines raise buildings to the heavens and sky. Got all that money from just eliminating that mission really quick. Character developments, the people of virtue. Looks like people are coming to try to join us. Huh. Lin Bao, age 37. I think these are just kind of candidates for our pool. They're not necessarily part of our group yet. But that doesn't mean they can't be. And can be probably useful to us later. We're in March Standstill. I like to go to normal and see if we can reach it. Just in case a disaster happens. Doesn't look like we can. Switch over to March Stance. Get that annexation. Alright, Public Order 0. Looks like everything should be in the clear. And the yellow turbines are the healers. So this is actually an interesting historical fact about the yellow turbines is before the, I guess, rebellion was declared, Zhang Jie was actually a healer. And in ancient China, healers and religious officials were kind of the same thing. They were very highly related in the sense that they were the people that knew anything about the way that things worked, and healing and medical practice was very intimately related with the religious order. The religious factions, I guess, were the only people that were willing to do things related to the body because it was seen as divine. And sicknesses were seen as coming from God. A lot of this survives even up to the 1700s, and indeed many of our modern medical offices or practitioners for hospitals are named after religious figures, or indeed are religious figures. I in fact work for one of them. I'm not going to say the name, but it's Catholic. And that's just an interesting segue into the rebellion because they were acquainted with the population's ills and the suffering of the peasantry because of their contact with them as healers. So in many ways, the extension of Taoism, that all forms are united, that everything is one with itself and each other, and these opposite forms are connected, is an extension of their healing practice. Now, they healed people, now they're going to heal the political spectrum. Later on, there's a quote, I think that's you know, sometimes you have to use the surgeon's knife instead of the healing hands. Any character on an assignment. Okay. I think we could do that. Build Scholar's Lodge. Okay. That might be a taller order. Yellow Turban Spearman Captain. That's still on the table. Looks like we've achieved balanced. Always a good thing to be. The Great Peace can only be achieved when chaos is purged. Ah, this is it. Yeah. And the harmony reigns over heaven and earth. The land and the people must be healed, and you must heal them. Sometimes, however, the surgeon's blade must be used in lieu of healing hands. So again, back to that healing legacy for this whole movement. Alright, looks like we got an extra character.
You have earned the right to claim a higher title and rank for yourself, giving you more power and influence to wield.
Alright, unlocks new features, increases the number of administrators, armies, masters, spies, and trade agreements available. Spies could be very useful. Alright, it looks like we got a rebel officer. He's a singer. That should be very entertaining. Right now, I think we're going to send him on an assignment. I'm not 100% sure on how to do that, but we're going to try to find out. Maybe it's up here. Treasury records, reforms, court, perhaps? It doesn't look like we can. Perhaps it's for a specific city. Yeah, assignments. Down here on the left too. Left click to send characters on these assignments. Alright, let's see what he can do. He can stimulate the markets. He gets income from commerce, silken spies, or food. And the farming and the local commandery. Now, we do have some things that give us food. Ports. Workshops is industry, not commerce. Let's try a different town. Maybe Taishan. Might be a better town. Yeah, it's 50 income for commerce. It's not very much. Of course, this is now part of our commandery because we took this trade port, and it does have a lot. So let's put him here. Let's have him stimulate the markets on our newly completed 75%. Nice. Alright, so that should complete our assignment there. Grey Thoroughbred. Expertise, evading capture, charge bonus. It's good ancillary. Maybe we should give that to one of our people that's expecting combat. I'd rather kind of give him a better horse. Oh, that might already be used by Nancy. Maybe that's why we got the that's why we got the instantly it came with him on. I guess the horse he rode in on. Alright, so oh, we aborted that mission. I guess we didn't get to it in time before we upgraded our... Alright, Scholar's Lodge. We do want to get that rolling. I don't have any space here, but we do have space here. So I think this is the Scholar's Lodge. It comes from the Debating Pavilion. It's locked because we have to have it to a small city first. Right now it's a town. I can go to a large town. It's going to give us more garrison, or at least, I think, better garrison, I hope. Regardless, we should probably get it. moving to a large town. At the very least. It'll take a while. Huang Shao looks like he has a point. He has a general point available. So what shall we put it in? It's gonna be Spy Bard. Sometimes dude just needs some stabbing, says Kaishek. Yes. Well, we could give him focus. It's gonna help our ranged armor piercing damage, make him even better at bows. I do like that. These middle ones appear to be more difficult to get to, at least, considering they require unlocking something else in order to get all the way there. Inspiration provides morale bonus to nearby allies. It could be nice in an archery duel if I have him with my archers. Faction-wide income from commerce is nice. +5 faction support faction-wide is also very nice. Only if this character is a Lord of Virtue or a faction leader. Well, we only have one of those right now. That might be worth it to reach out and get that faction support. Having Tranquility gives us healing. That's going to be nice if I have this person as a duelist. His expertise is very high, which means he has +33 melee evasion, which is very good for dueling. Not a lot of damage, but we do have a very high damage sword. 2 swords, actually. Still think I want to get focus. Also unlock this. Yeah, I think it's going to be worth it. Alright, now he's focused. At level 4. I do love this character. He's unsympathetic to the weak, respects decisiveness and respects discipline. Not sure what to do with this person yet. You can't really do anything now that he's taken that. This person is a normal stance. Do you want to reach out and attack this province?
Your warriors prepare for
Alright,
battle,
looks like we're
but
gonna
there are
win
still
easily
other
and
options.
handily. You
Encircling
could choose to
the
starve them
enemy
out.
and
I
starving them out
think that'll just give them
may
a
be
chance
just
to
as effective as a
have
frontal
some
assault.
reinforcements come up to support them. I'm not really sure about doing that. Break Siege, very like other Total War titles. And Delegating Battle is just auto-resolving. I'm not sure if I do that, if we'll win with no casualties, and I know replenishment is very difficult in this game, so... Warriors prepare for battle. Yes, they do. Let's start this battle and use our archers to great effect. I'd like to lure them outside of the city, if I can, so I don't have to deal with their very powerful tower archers. Oh, speaking of archers, so in keeping with, I guess the theme of this faction, that, archers can bring low the wealthy and the mighty. That's a very old concept seen all over the world. Every time there's archers interacting with wealthy, well-trained melee fighters. I believe in the Iliad, the slaying of Achilles. By Paris, of course. This is mentioned a lot when guns are invented. I guess the fear or assumption that any technological increase in martial prowess, especially ranged prowess, is somehow less manly than physical fighting is very common, especially to the ancient Greeks. Of course, if you ask the Persians about it, they have much different views because they value archery very, very highly. So here we see we're just outside of range, so I'd like to pull back a little bit just to make sure we don't have any problems. So historically, keeping your skirmishers in front of the main line was, very good idea because it increases the punch, the reach of your army. In this game, people move fast enough that it actually becomes kind of a problem. And it's often difficult to protect your archers. Of course, the way Total War is set up, the ease of selecting your units is, helping the micro of your force is just as important as how active that force actually would be, which is one of the struggles of using real-world tactics in a video game. As you can see, we broke off that archer peasant militia very, very quickly. I'm going to try to make use of the buff that I have. I wonder if we could see it on the ground. 75 meters range. Not sure what 75 meters is represented in this game as, but should be pretty close. Should be giving us the damage buff. This G militia is very strong. Oh, come back, come back. Don't want to lose my peasant archers. These poor peasants need to be protected. That's what the Heavenly Way is all about. You see, we are taking fire from these buildings here. And actually taking some damage on my veteran here. Huang Shao, I don't know if that's friendly fire or what, but it's definitely not something I'm happy about. Probably shouldn't be on fire at will at this point, although we just got victory, so I'm gonna go ahead and claim that victory so I don't have to deal with these towers anymore, take any more damage. And that should be it. End battle. A decisive victory again. That'll be our second one. Want to keep that ball rolling. We should probably fill out this army a little more, especially if we're going to be going against full stacks of the enemy. I think Chai Shek's ideals about peasants might come into good effect here. I'm going to choose to occupy. Very similar to the other Total War titles, you can be nice and occupy minus 20%, but you have to take something. Less income, more faction support, and less military supplies. This is a lot of military supplies. The settlement level is reduced. You still occupy it. It still becomes yours, but on minus 40% population, you do get more money. So this is in a desperate situation, especially on deep in campaign when you need those military supplies right away. That could be useful. If you don't plan on keeping the population, you just want to be a murderer, you might take this, the sack and withdraw. Minus 80% population, that's huge. A lot of money for your trouble, and military supplies to keep doing it if you want to. And the settlement level will be reduced. So that's a lot of money that you can inflict on your enemies. Makes raiding and banditry a lot better a lot more viable of an option. One of your captains involved with pacifying the settlement, leading ceremonies with the faithful. Well, involved in pacifying a settlement is leading ceremonies with the faithful. Their eyes are as striking as jade, and their voice resonates with the words are spoken in a cavern. This gives them great authority with the people. They are followed unreservedly. Wow. Estimated salary 100, that's very cheap. Promote them. Seems good. It looks like we get another character. Yep, character for this. We'll see who that character is. That looks like Fa Miniman, the rebel officer. Alright, and a healer. So this is very thematic. She's also a musician. Maybe she can hang out with our singer. Yeah. Who's also a healer. So it looks like we're getting some of the the good, rich grassroots, you know, the main town, China, the main street, China, the real salt of the earth people. Age 24, very happy, very satisfied. Authority from people in power, nice. Alright, let's check out what she's best at. Instinct. She's best at instinct, so damage. So she can really kill some people she needs to. Also minus 3% recruitment cost. That's going to be very nice. Armor, healer's tunic. Common gun. So this is actually just a staff, like a walking staff. It has the word gun, but I'm not sure if we'll get guns in 190 80 China. I think crossbows are the closest we can get to that. Plus 6 expertise and satisfaction from the iron sickle. That's nice. I don't think she really needs it, but, you know, expertise, minus 6 construction cost in her administered commandery. Might actually remove that until I have her do something. You know, I kind of like keeping all of my things in order. The Book of Documents. That's very nice. Plus 10 authority, plus 10 satisfaction, and plus 6 public order for administered commandery. I think that only applies if we have people actually administering things, not being garrisoned in them. Right now I only have generals and faction leaders. I don't think I've unlocked having someone administer something. Yeah, it's good to have more characters, especially these level 1 healers. Seem like they have a lot of potential and they're free. If you look at the top left here, that's one of our benefits of our faction, I believe. Is people will work for us for free. And they don't have a desire for higher offices. What a great political system, don't you think? We should recruit though. Really should get some people. Alright, so this guy, he's our virtuous outrider. He has a number of abilities that help, I guess, bows and melee. I kind of want him as like a world beater, kind of a destroyer of chaff in my enemies. I think I'm just gonna give him a nice mix. He has one bow. I'm gonna give him another peasant. Archer. Some horsemen would be nice. They're very expensive though. I don't kind of want to do that. I think peasants are the way to go. Probably take some peasants. And then same with this guy. Let's look at what he's good at. Alright. Administered commandery. So he has fanaticism. It's melee armor piercing damage and melee damage, so some melee for this person. Good debuffs. Very good active buffs. So I kind of want him leading the charge in a lot of ways. He's a philosopher. Doesn't really help us out on the battlefield that much, but... Alright, so some melee. I think we can find our way to getting him some cheap melee. Should be good. This is going to eat into our, I guess, profits per turn quite a bit. But I think it's going to be a necessary evil, considering our enemies are right on our doorstep. Some of them are Liu Bei, and that's going to be a very difficult fight. I hope to avoid him, quite honestly. Alright, I think we're ready for our end turn here. Lots of recruitment coming. Developing this town. Gotta spend money to make money, Kaisek says. Isn't that the truth? From each according to their ability, to each according to their means. Now that's a communist saying if I've ever heard one. Alright, and we did get that sword. Beautiful sword it is too, plus 9 authority, plus 5 satisfaction. Excellent. That's going to be good for someone that's unhappy. And I think, what does authority do? Recruit, maintain 30. we'll just do that in the course of our thing. Let's take a look at our characters, see who needs a sword. He has a gold, he has a refined tool already. He also has a refined tool already. He has an exceptional tool. This person has a common tool, but doesn't look like they can use swords. Cannot be equipped. This character cannot use swords. That is rough. No one can use swords. No one's that needs it, I guess. Interesting. So authority gives unit morale for your own retinue. That's always huge. If you've ever played any Total War game, you know that unit morale is a very important factor. And satisfaction, if they're a Lord of Virtue. Not sure how to unlock Lords of Virtue yet, but... Alright, let's take a look at ancillaries gained. Going to do that, not worried about that. Carriage developments. And we have more people entering our candidate pool, just in case we need to use them. I don't think we're really pressed to hire people right now. I think we're kind of going to be okay. I'd like to get this recruitment up. The way recruitment works in this game is you don't get the full unit right away when you hire it. You get a small amount of the unit, and then it charges up, I guess. It raises the levies. Kind of a more realistic, historical way of doing things. There's actually a whole group of military science about, you know, getting people into the army in the first place. You know, how armies and levies are raised, the amount of time it takes. Wow, this is not doing well. This person is being very, very damaged. I have a choice here to raise an army here, which will cut into our profits, and then kind of unleash a war against the south, an expansion. I could also try to unify my two armies. South down here might be worth it. If I want to do that, it would help to have military supplies and a bunch more people. I think we're gonna wait for now. I'm not sure if we can... We have negative faction support, but that should go away relatively shortly. So this is a Grand Temple of the Way. Plus 20 research weight faction, right? That's incredible. And economic buildings construction cost reduction 10%. I wonder if that's just flat for the entire faction. Regardless, it'd be useful to have at least a few people there. This game really is gorgeous. My computer can't run it at the max settings, but even still, the art style is absolutely beautiful. Dao-chan, the minister fearing for the tyranny of Dongzhou, sends his adopted daughter to the capital. His plan is to have her destroy the relationship between Dongzhou and his adopted son Lu Bu. So if you've ever played Dynasty Warriors, especially the most recent ones, they have Dao-chan as a very fun character. Also, if you read the book, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, or just know history, this happens. It happens in a very specific way, and leads to Lu Bu being one of the most interesting characters in the entire book. Alright, looks like we're pretty close to attacking. I'm not sure if I want to jump out and take this iron mine. or if I want to take Beihai and eliminate Kongrong. The Iron Mine is part of my previous commandery, and I would like it. And if it's undefended, that's even better. I still have some recruitment to do. It's a very light, very small amount of recruitment. Can get to about here. It's kind of where it wants me to go. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna start moving. I'm really afraid to fight Liu Bei, but I think it must be done. I'm gonna have to have faith. Kaishek asks, can you get iron first, or is there a time limit? I'm not sure. I don't think there's a time limit, like, per se, on the game just in general. But I don't like leaving this town unguarded. We can actually do a pincer attack, kind of get to this iron mine. I'll have even more troops, and also serve to unify our forces. Always good. I think it wants us to go up and around here. We can't do any other stance. We're going to lose some supplies, but I don't think we're going very far. And we'll get at least some replenishment. Also, it'll give this person some experience. I'm not sure how useful he'll be. Oh, I guess I spoke too soon. Turns out the temple did need defending. Zhang Yang declared war on the Yellow Turban Rebellion. That's not great. Subservience to the people. Alright, so we have completed that reform. We have unlocked this new tier of reforms. Public order. Extra units. Extra assignments for scholars and satisfaction for scholars. We don't have any unhappy scholars right now that I know of. These are more buildings. Still more buildings. Is here a number of income buildings? I don't think our problems really stem around, you know, being capped on investing in very expensive buildings right now. I think we need, you know, things like this, like direct, useful military things, like right now. -2 mustering turns is very strong. I might take that just because of that. The replenishment is also good. These are unlock some more units. That can be kind of expensive though. Brings righteousness, medium glaive, and bow infantry. Excellent. Yeah, multi-purpose tool. Healing rituals greatly increase the replenishment. It's available to healers. We do have 2 healers, and plus satisfaction for the healers. Our healers aren't upset right now though. Tea garden. Trade influence. Again, more expensive advanced buildings. More expensive advanced buildings. Food from farming. It can be very good. I think you can also sell it. I think that helps peasant income, which can be very nice. And veterans. We do have a lot of veterans. Rally sympathizers, increase population growth, decrease and reduces mustering time and satisfaction for my veterans. That's very nice. And then, of course, more buildings. So I think this is going to be our best bet. Rally to the common cause. When relatives are in disharmony, we still have the teachings of filial piety and paternal affection. So it's very Confucianist. It's about creating order and harmony through your relationships, especially family relationships, and then you just scale that up to governmental and religious relationships, with the assumption that the emperor is the father of the state, and your ancestors are the connection to the stars or the force of the universe that Taoism is talking about, which is part of the naturalist philosophical school. That was very popular in the Warring States period. It was like 450 BC, I believe, or between 550 BC and 450 BC. When the state and the clan are in confusion and disorder, we still have the ideals of loyalty and faithfulness. Yeah, I like this faction a lot, partially for that reason. But we are under threat. It's not a big force. They are blocking off our area of recruitment. We might have to go and face them and then get recruitment from my temple. Not sure if the temple has its own garrison in it. Stationed force. Beijing garrison. Yeah, I just haven't played this game enough to know its, I guess, language that it's trying to communicate with me. Ah, yes, it does. Okay, so it does have a garrison. It is replenishing, so it's not full. Still, I think we can potentially get to its area of control, or its zone of control. It seems to be located here as the circle, the blue circle. I'd like to see if I can go all the way around it, get in its recruitment distance. I might want to even come up and try to ambush. 80% in this hill forestry. Or I could just challenge them openly. Wish it told us. Oh, going all the way around. I see. Well. Looks like we're too far away. Wish we could undo. I think the auto thing will take us far away from our... it avoids areas of influence or areas of control so that we don't get stuck in a conflict. Alright, speak of which... Yep, Liu Bei is there. And he does outnumber us right at this iron mine. Oh, man. I'm not sure if I want to fight this. These are some really, really strong champions. Guan Yu is the god of war. And Zhang Fei is incredibly strong, as well as Liu Bei. This might be a bad move for us. Might just have to let him have those iron mines for us. If he's guarding them, I don't want to contest them with him. I mean, every single one of these characters is a playable character in Dynasty Warriors, if that tells you anything about what's a good idea to fight and what's not. Alright, looks like we have ways of spending our money. We do have quite a bit of money. I don't really feel the pressure to spend it quite yet. You know, potentially on the pier, upgrading this. We are one away from upgrading the large town. Could upgrade this to a drinking house. Could do the coastal port into a coastal trading port. Oh wow, he took that opportunity to come down out of the mountains and attack us.
They are hoping to weaken you
Okay.
before striking. You may want to send an army to help your defenders break the siege and prevent them from being starved into submission.
Wow. Attacking and defending. see about the map here. I'm not sure if we get walls or not. I think we have to, you know, try to resist it at least. We could counterattack after this. If that is quite a force. Lots of cav. Lots of bows. Lots of G militia. Versus our peasants, more peasants, and 2 bows. The goal of the Yellow Turbans. Kaishak asks, what is the goal of the Yellow Turbans? Does it line up with their historical course of the time period? Yes and yes. The goal of the Yellow Turbans is to fully overthrow the Han Dynasty and take control of a new era of moral peace. It's a, you know, a peasant rebellion. They want to instill agricultural reforms or land reforms. And help the people not be so oppressed all the time. I'm not sure if we should contest this in this way. Well, we are probably going to lose. That is definitely a possibility here. I'd like to take one of these at least and put them over here. They probably won't have an opportunity to really hold out, but at least giving us some bottlenecks will help us. Let's see if we can get them at least on both fronts. We'll see how strong these towers really are.
Everything we discuss is recorded and accessible in the archives.
It's not really wide enough for us to do kind of an L ambush.
You will not always want your troops to pursue fleeing enemies. Order your soldiers to stand on guard to ensure they hold their ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have anyone to take Zhangfei. I'm not sure if that's even going to be possible for us. So we might just focus on some of these light militia, the ones that don't have spears. Some of these areas are being blocked by a building. Very nice. Right here we have been completely broken through, kind of as predicted. Looks like we have slightly better luck here, but we are able to hold them. Should probably go after the most expensive units they have. Sea militia. Saber cavalry is usually pretty expensive. Getting a kill on any one of those can reduce their unit model quite a bit. Looks like they've broken through though. Fortunately we have no leadership to hold up our morale, and this is kind of the fate. Alright, well, you tried your best. Oh, peace. It's a very specific way of saying peace. Very specific adjective, says Kaishak.
With defeat. Gather the survivors, rebuild your strength, and take the fight back to the enemy.
Yeah, Liu Bei is very difficult. That's why this area is seen as a very difficult starting area. Looks like we're getting attacked again. Of course, we had poor movement last time. We might want to save scum this, actually. I guess that's what you get for a very hard mode. This is at least a more fair fight, although all of these leadership champions in romance mode makes it very difficult to resist. Having the horses should help here. They have a lot of bows, and if I get my Sable cavalry to kind of wrap those bows up, and if I could stay away from some of the leaders, might be better. This Men of the Forest might be really nice for guerrilla deployment. Of course, when I'm going up against these reinforcements, it would probably help me to quickly eliminate one group and then turn to face the next group. Looks like they'll be close enough to support each other though. Alright. Let's try this.
Some terrain can obscure
in the
your line of
forest.
sight of the enemy. Beware of forests and hills, where the enemy can find cover.
Alright, so I got Axe Band, Archer Militia. Yeah, I want to see if I can make good use of my cavalry, because I do have that as an advantage over the rest of them. I want my cavalry to be highly mobile so they don't get shot down. They do have shields, but they aren't full strength. My captain. Alright, so he should be opening up any second now. Looks like they have fire arrows. Ooh, fancy. Alright, so that's their G militia. We're gonna get pretty good charge into these bows. We're gonna be hampered by the trees a little bit, but hopefully we can get an open field charge. Getting a little Last Samurai here, or as close to Last Samurai as can happen. Use that charge, triggering some of their skirmishing AI. Oh, looks like they're setting the forest on fire. That's beautiful. Alright, I don't want to get too knocked down here. As long as they're fighting archers, they should be fine. This is kind of what they're designed for. They are routing them off. I'd like to break them so they don't come back. Not 100% sure I'll get the opportunity to do that. Oh, don't sit there. Looks like we're setting the forest on fire while we're doing this. Sometimes I like to kind of use cavalry and compound their bonuses. Yep, they are shattered. Excellent. As long as we could just stay mobile, I think that'll be our best bet. Especially if they're shooting at us, and they're kind of not really shooting at our infantry, which they'd be most effective at. And if I can stay away from the characters, that's what I really want. That's what I want the most. Pull back or pull through. So plenty of archers over here. And we're wasting the ammunition on them all this time with the unit that's arguably best equipped to waste that ammunition. Alright, they're shaken. Hopefully we can get a route. Oh wow. They're shattered. Great. Not sure how well the archers do against characters, like character units, like single entity models. Looks like we got a shatter on the archers there. I really want them to run out of ammunition. Looks like that orange bar is their ammunition. It's kind of at half for that one, full for this other one. We're definitely going to have to use cavalry for that. Nearby fire, -10 morale. Oh, interesting. So I can get them to set the forest around them on fire for themselves. Might be best to shatter them, not just have them broken. Up. We're losing our cavalry to this champion here. Come on, guys, recover. Yep. Getting some morale penalties as they take more damage. Not the best. Not the best for us. Yeah, I just wonder how in this game... Oh, did they already use up their ammo? Yeah, I think they did. They did. Okay, well, that's very different. Very difficult. Let's see, how can I use them to their greatest effect? Under fire, they're being screened by the champion. Very tired. They're in the middle of the forest. They're on fire. The forest is on fire around them. I think just putting them as close as they can get to useful might be best here. If we deploy them kind of past the forest, we can hopefully waste some archer shots. We are being attacked, so ideally the time limit should be on our side. Could get it to a draw. Of course, my time limit is very, very long, so I don't think that would be great for us. Certainly not for the stream. Guess there's gonna have to be some amount of honor in taking our lumps. Although I'd loathe to lose 2 fights in a row. Looks like they're protecting everything they can. May be able to get our group off. They're so slow when they're exhausted. Losing ground. Might take them to loose formation if they can. I guess not. Maybe some can and some can't. Perhaps it's an unlock to have loose formation. Guess we're just gonna have to force pass some of this cavalry past these heroes. If they can get there. It doesn't look like it. Oh. Guess low ammo on the units here. But we're completely out of ammo, so might as well do. I guess what our best bet would be. Kind of hide in the forest. We'll probably speed some of this up. I don't think staying in the burning forest would be that good. We should probably at least attempt an encirclement maneuver. That'll be our only real chance to create any morale advantage that we can. A lot of what strategy is about taking a bad situation and making the best possible thing out of it and hoping that it works. Ideally, these archers can help take out these other archers. Spearmen are gonna have to fight some lords. They are on horses. That's gonna be helpful. And then we could probably get a rear charge. You know, a small rear charge, as long as we're not contested. Alright, so we got a route. Have to get very specific here. Yep. Right back here. Alright, we want to maximize the surface area of the contact that we're getting. And just hope that they kind of hold out. This is axe band, so it's not going to be great for us, especially versus yellow turban archers. But they are the captain, and these are the peasants of the people. Let's see if I can kind of re-engage these guys. Potentially against a strategist. Strategists aren't known for their combat prowess. I'm not sure if we're going to have the resources to take down character models here. We are shaken, and we are confident. They do have the buffs. Yep, they're running away. That's great. We can throw these into the fight. Oh, they got rallied again. This guy's just surrounded by people. He is a sentinel though, so he has great melee evasion. I want to have them focus on other peasants, other enemy peasants. That's what they're going to be. It's pretty much the only hope that they can have. Now our archers are fighting G militia and archer militia now, but they are both shaken. Got another breakout here. I need these guys to come in. a little disappointing that they haven't come in earlier, but we're going to do a complete encirclement. This reminds me of a Roman conflict, actually, where one of the most famous uses of encirclement practices. So they're wavering, they're attacked in the real, they do not like that. It's going to give them a negative to morale. All my yellow spears are over here fighting a sentinel. I don't like it. Has to be said, my yellow turban archers are really pulling their weight. Really coming out in spades here. I need this axe band to break, though. Threat is high, they're attacked in the rear. I'm doing everything I can just to break this axe band. I have 15% melee evasion. Do I have any buffs? No? Come on. Get in there, boys. Don't run away. Yep. Wisdom of the River. Ah, these buffs. Romance mode has come back to bite me. They're very tired. My guys are just a little tired. They're broken. Need this axe band to break. Need it to break. Need it to break. Alright. Alright. Oh, just breaking and rerouting and breaking and rerouting. And there's the final break. Oh, very close. Very close. Well, I have to say, a little disappointed that we weren't able to pull it out, but we did injure them quite a bit. And it was just a garrison, kind of free troops for me. Does the weather impact you? Kaishak asks. Yes. In other Total Wars, raining hurts your bows. There's also various, I think, morale problems for supplies during winter.
Order your armies into an encamped stance to put them into a
Settlement
strong
lost.
defensive position and deter enemy incursions into your lands.
So many lost settlements. It hurts. So this small town, it looks like it just damaged it and left. And that, you know, it's not going to be good for him when we try to murder him. He is substantially weaker. His characters are very strong, though. But I do have full stacks. And I do need revenge. That's the thing. Oh, he took it. He took the temple. I don't know if I can take it back. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just have a general and 2 Saber militia. I'm not sure if I can actually do it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 Lord characters. I don't think I'll be able to get it. I need to get back into my own territory and recruit. Might be able to ambush one of them. Be very, very difficult play. Slightly disappointed by the movement in this game. I don't feel as if I know exactly how far I can move. Alright, close victory is what's predicted. Now let's fight it out. Gotta see if our strategy is actually affected. If I can have an effective strategy against Liu Bei, then it'll be a real testament to Huang Shao and the Taoist symbol. We'll really know that the mandate of heaven is with us. Because you do have those really good archers. They have low model count. There's only 60 of them, but looking forward to using those. Alright, let's look at our battlefield. Got forests in the middle. It's going to be a big one. Fields out there. I think we can rush in and claim the forest and kind of shoot out from there. I'm not sure if they have fire arrows or not. I'm really worried about Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. That's going to be absolutely the most dangerous part of this battle. Liu Bei, I can pretty much see him hang out around his main forces, main troops. We can send our veterans to kind of square off against them and see if they can hold out. Or Huang Shao to kind of solo one of these. I'm not sure if he'll win against Guan Yu. I think we might have to triple team Guan Yu. And I also don't know the wisdom of any duels that might happen. You know, these are peasant warriors. We're going up against mounted saber militia, saber cav, lots of G militia, and these archers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 archer militia. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my militia, but I have a damage bonus. I might want to take the open field here. It's slightly downhill. Could be seen as more defensible, especially if we're in the forest and he's trying to use his cavalry. We have no cavalry, aside from our heroes. These reclaimers, heavy spear. Could be useful defending. And I guess we could use this as a mighty charge. Kind of a... kind of like a flanking maneuver extended. Alright, let's go with that. The idea, again, will be envelopment. Left flank envelopment. We're gonna have to wait till it gets in range. I am attacking, so I just remembered that I have to approach him. He is not interested in approaching me. So let's do this. Don't want to tire out our troops before we get there. Still slow, kind of in this version of the game. The historical titles have also been, they've always been kind of an interesting mix of quick walking and running speed for some of the lighter skirmish infantry, especially in ancient titles like Rome, the Alexander faction, the Alexander expansion. But also, you know, in the heat of the battle, lots of things can happen very, very quickly. And, you know, I appreciate the speed of it. It's one of the reasons that multiplayer is so difficult, I think, is how quickly everything can happen. Things can really get away from you pretty fast. Alright. So kind of speaking of that, I think we do have better archers. We have the edge in archers. We might want to use that. We have Yi archers. It's nicer, I guess? Better archers. They show up very tired. That's very interesting. I guess they had already fought This time, my guys are fresh. We'll go ahead and take advantage of that. Hopefully you can get a few volleys while they're moving. Marksman. Ooh. Sounds fancy. You should kill them for sure. Medium bow infantry. Ah, I see. So they are very densely clumped up. This is great for archer fire. For us, it looks like they're moving too. So they're jockeying for position. Perhaps they're outrange. Perhaps they know for a fact. Oh, I do not want to get that close. It might have been scaring them off though. You fight like your wife. Alright, I want to drag these guys close to my support. Let's see if I can catch them out. No. See if we can get some few hits on them. Alright, it looks like he's kind of overextended himself with some cav here. Might take this opportunity to jump out and trap that cav. Alright, getting pretty close to it. And the full fight has begun. Alright, if we're gonna take that cav, we should probably stop. This is a bad idea for his cav to do. Should not be seeking to fight multiple units of infantry with one cav force. That is not going to turn out well for him. But it could also be a distraction from the other forces here. Alright. We need to work on getting some of this helping our infantry here. Let's use our numbers, because that is what the peasants are for. Got a good sandwich here. These saber cavalry should be dying very soon. Going to decline that. I do not fight Guan Yu in extended melee. That's a bad idea. Alright. See, archers have gotten around our flank and are killing our archery masters. That is a bad plan for us. I'm not sure what to do with that, actually. Looks like our archers did run out. Did run out of bows. I suppose we should use our abilities to survive. Oh, and we should use our soldiers to win. That was a bit of a blunder. Alright, so this is the encirclement that I wanted. Our claimers are broken. That is not good for us. Come on, we need to force path him out of there. Get it to attack with Bay. Oh, wavering damage sustained. That is terrible. We need him back at the fight. Let's bring everyone back from routing. Still fighting the Saber Cavalry. Woof. Come on, guys. We need you. We need your help. Need all the help we can get, especially this many yellow turban spearmen. Alright, it looks like Zhang Fei and Guan Yu are being very impactful in this battle. Well, veteran is running away. Alright, everyone focus on the only remaining champion. These archery masters should not be engaged in this. Alright, we got a victory. So now, arguably one of the most favorite parts of Total War is running everyone down. I want to start with the most expensive ones that are closest to the edge. These archer militia are already gone. We're gonna need to see if we can get some of these character root models. Not sure if we can catch them before they leave. That was a very vicious battle. That was incredibly intense. Sorry if my commentary dropped off a little bit there, but that was, you know, for all the marbles, really. Well, I wish once we won, our Guan Hai would stop running away. He is broken from damage sustained, but someone should go tell him that we won, you know? Send someone who knows. We are shaken. Damage sustained, shattered from army losses. I'm glad that we were able to do that. You know, I should have been focusing on getting those army losses the entire time instead of fighting the generals, potentially. Because the generals are arguably the strongest part of Liu Bei's army. And to kind of do that is very difficult. I want to capture him. And I'm not sure if I can do that. I'm not sure how character capturing works in this game. You know, how much health or damage he has, or you know, any of this. It says he's fresh, and I'm very tired. Guan Yu is exhausted, of course. I'm also exhausted. I wonder if I can use buffs. Yeah, I can. I can use buffs while this is happening. Might as well. I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to catch anyone else, really. I think think the best thing is just to form up, maybe speed up the things, make sure they don't lose their orders. Oh, well. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. I think he did kill Guan Yu. That's... or Zhang Fei, rather. Sorry about that. That's, that'll change some history right there. Let's see if we can... see. Oh, yeah, it looks like him and his fancy, beautiful polearm is kind of on the ground there. No more Dynasty Warriors for you, son. I wonder if they'll duel. Oh, probably not. Survive for 118 and gain respect. Oof. That's rough. You know it's a bad duel when you're not trying to win. They don't even ask you to win. They just ask you to survive. Alright, I'll claim a victory there. That's a Pyrrhic victory. If you don't know who Pyrrhus is, some Roman history, I believe, is in order. Roman and Greek history. Yeah, that was rough, buddy. That was rough. I want to see what happens to his character. Like, if I capture him, or if I killed him, or, like, what happened. Because I want to kill Liu Bei, and he ran away, I'm pretty sure. Like, or I killed him. Wow, he's on the ground there. Oh, Guan Yu's still alive. Okay, let's look at this. Resilience. Wounded in battle. 3 turns left. They suffered serious injuries from battle. Any further injury may have fatal consequences. That's terrifying. Alright, they have resilience because they're legendary lords. They don't just immediately die. They're injured and raring for battle. Their resilience... yeah, I guess I didn't get Guan Yu. 7% replenishment might be really nice because I might fight these guys immediately after this. That is a lot of money, but I'm in my own country and I want that recruitment. So they're running away. They're running away to their iron mine.
Buildings here are still damaged from the recent
So
siege
we have...
and will need to be repaired before they are useful again.
I need to repair these buildings. They can't regenerate right now, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I have all of my stacks at much better health. They're peasants, but, you know, it's the Yellow Turbans, so when are they not going to be peasants? I do want to get repairing. I think I should push it. They're next to their iron mine. I don't know if they're within reinforcement distance, but I think it's going to be worth it. Oh, I can't. I can't get them. No. Ugh. Oh, disappointing. Disappointing. Okay. That's rough. It's... oof. I need to find a way to measure how much distance I have. And we are getting attacked, you know. Lost the temple. Have to go get that back. Alright. Difficult turn. Absolutely. Difficult turn. Alright, well, I think with that would be a good marker for the end of the stream. I mean, we've been going for quite a bit now, and it was very, very difficult. It was a true test of the rebellion's zeal.
And traveling
Faction
along them
destroyed.
will hasten your
Oh
movement.
no. We're the only Yellow Turbans left. I mean, that isn't enfranchised by other characters. Acts of worship. Alright, I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, those that tuned in. And I'll see you again later. Alright? Under the yellow sky.